Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Uh-huh. Ooh. Uh-huh. Hey, yo. Huh.
Welcome back
Okay. This
to your
nigga crazy.
boys at here at M.A.S Media Podcast. This is your boy Qfusion Reacts.
What's good, y'all? Double A.Heff in the building. Big Papa. No, I'm joking. Yeah, what up, though?
I have problems. So yeah, let me
Yeah.
just make sure our
Big
lovely
Papi.
face. Hey, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. We are up. We are already up. Nice. So yeah, guys. So this is as we mentioned to some of the people that love to comment um on our content that we post on other social media platforms. We mentioned we will definitely be having an episode where we discuss the craziness that ensued earlier this week when yours truly made a post about with regards to a meme or whatever they call them, detailing if your spouse or if your significant other or if your girl does not denies you sex,
No, no, if she
then
does.
yeah, if she denies you sex,
Yeah, yep.
yeah, if your girl denies you sex, then you have the green light to cheat, right? So this was the initial meme quote. And so I took the stance, right? Because again, everything that I try to do, and I mean, and my co-hosts, do, we gear it towards the male perspective. But in Facebook fashion, the majority of the people that commented, are females, and I know why this is. It's because everybody, is entitled to their opinion. But at the same token, it's very funny to me how when you are specifically talking to a particular group of people, how people love to chime in and sort of bring in um, their own unneeded perspective, right? Because I understand why you do what you do, right? And so I'm not really concerned about why you do what you do. What I'm trying to advise men to do, and this is why I initially made the post, was to gear men towards, again, staying away from having a scarcity mindset. And it went from that, because I'm obviously paraphrasing what I said, but if I was to surmise, my quote, essentially said, look, there are very few reasons why why a woman would, tell you that she doesn't want to have sex, right? And that is just in my view, because for me, looking at it, when a woman is enamored with you, she's not denying you, right? Like, she's not telling you, like, there's very few occasions where she's telling you no, unless she has a headache, she has something. Like, there are reasons why can say no. Then I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, no, you better give me that box, you better give me that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it to me, baby. Like, I'm not over, like, I don't have to force myself on a woman, right? That
Yo,
there's
Mike,
there's
Mike,
no need
like,
for that.
Mike, this nigga, Mike, like,
Yeah.
either we fucking or I'm fucking.
Yeah, like everybody in the thing was just like, oh yeah, like this is what's happening for Mike. It's just like, yeah, just a whole bunch of crying and all, like, because like, essentially this is what started the mayhem. I made the comment because I thought this. Hey, look, shame on me. I thought this was a well known joke, right? So I tried to lighten up the comment that I made by using a popular joke that I've used in front of women that I've had intercourse with before, and it's called, I would say, yeah. So they would bring up, like, oh no, well, I'm on my period, and I would just simply say, well, I don't stop at red lights. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so and every time I use
You
that line,
nasty. This is a nasty
yeah,
nigga, yo.
and every time I get that line, I would get like a laugh back, bro, and I would get like a smile, I would get a giggle, and you know what they say about making a girl giggle,
Yeah,
saying,
then you blow past that red light, you nasty ass nigga.
nah, nah, bro. If you can make her, if you can make her giggle, you can make those ass cheeks jiggle. You know what I'm saying? So essentially,
Yeah,
that's that's
fucking
that's my
bloody
that's my turn.
massacre,
Yeah.
fucking
All
crime scene
right. Okay. We're,
investigation.
we're on YouTube, but anywho, but yeah. So that was essentially the comment I made. Now with me, silly me, with the way that the social media world is. By me saying that, I remember we're on YouTube, so we can't be using the word, like, the RAPE word. So I'm gonna
Oh
say
yeah,
grape, right? So as soon as I made that comment, everybody and their mother jumps to, oh, Michael, the beacon of masculinity is advocating for graping. Like this is he is a grapist. Now you are officially a grapist. Like that is you. Like ew. I saw the ills. The what the hell? What's going on here? Like oh
Yeah.
this is disgusting.
Uh,
It's the grapey vibes for me. You know what
yeah.
I mean? And and
Yeah.
and I'm just sitting here like yo like we've gotten to a point in what we've been doing, Aaron, where and it's sorry to say this, and I think I'm not blaming you, but it's funny because I think that I was telling Justin this, no, Justin, we our mutual friend Justin, I was telling him that like because you make we say controversial things, right? And obviously you're the more
Quote unquote. Controversial.
yeah, and you're the more how do I say this? You
Polarizing.
correct. And I say like certainly the same thing, but I just say it in a different fashion, right? I think people are just waiting and chomping at the bits for me to say some wrong ass shit so they could be like, oh yeah, see this is why they're best friends. This is why they get along. This is why they're brothers because he's got the same grapey vibes that he does, where he's just gonna just take control of it. I knew it all this time. I can't believe it. No, I can believe it. And this is what I've been waiting for. He uses all these nice big words. Oh my god, I knew it. This guy is a grapist. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, it should be the grapist podcast. You know what I'm saying? That should be oh my god. And so I'm just sitting here like, yo, like I literally had to laugh. Like it was crazy. Like I was laughing a lot of the time during the interactions that I was having. But what I saw was that the reason why I had to take it down is just because I'm like, first of all, I have family on there. And I also have business associates, right? Because I work a number of other different platforms, right? So for me to have that up there and to be seeing that thread of like of miscommunication, gross miscommunication
Not
on
miscommunication.
on the other part, right? Because I'm not going to go through every great accusation. You know what I mean? Because that's
Of
just
course
way
not.
too much. That's too much energy. Because trust me, if I would have left that up, that was only up for 2 hours.
What you did was smart. What you did was very smart. What you did was very, very smart.
2 hours. Think about that. That was only up for 2 hours, bro.
But a part of me wish you would have left it up. I mean, you made the right call.
I wanted to.
Right call.
No, I wanted to.
A piece of me wanted you to leave that up, so that because you know what, Mike. Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Your monologue.
Yeah.
However, it's just I've gotten to a point.
You had a lot to say on that.
I've gotten to a point where I'm tired of this whole. People are quick to just mislabel, defame people based off of what the hell they think is correct. Not even think what they feel is correct. You know, because we all have differing views, right? Like there's different religions. So if anyone wanted to start a fight, we could just start fights over religion, right? We could start fights over fucking football teams or baseball teams. Any little thing that you wanted to divide us up and fight over, we could, right? But we don't take those things any further than they have to go,
right?
For the most part. But this whole transphobic shit, because that got thrown in there towards me.
Yeah, we can talk about that too.
This whole misogynistic shit that's always being thrown at me, you and I, which again I really don't give a fuck.
Right.
I really don't care about that. Because I can see kind of how people can say that's misogynistic,
and there's certain people that say it too.
Yeah, especially in this day and age. But overall, I just had enough because you know what? I can hurl monikers as well.
Exactly.
Big Mike could do the same thing as well.
Hey, I want you to talk about that too. Like, not to cut you off as well, but I want you to talk about that you an example of one that you did. Right, because I had a lot of people who did eventually apologize to me, which I didn't tell you. I'll tell you offline. Who did end up messaging me in my inbox, sending apologies, saying that, well, I hope you know that I'm not this, right? Like the R word that you brought up. So I want you to, and I quickly explained to them why you did that. To give them an idea as to like how dangerous what they're doing is, right? So I want you to explain kind of, that the road that you took.
So basically, guys, we live in a time where it's happenstance for someone just to call you a goddamn transphobe, homophobe, or whichever, right? Sure. And so with that being the case, and again, I'm not above criticism, nor is my co-host.
Nope.
But there comes a point where you have to take responsibility for the words that you're using and how inflammatory they are. To put something like that, trying to allege that or hint towards the possibility that my co-host is some sort of rapist or even entertains that type of mindset.
Whew.
No, I'm gonna draw the line there, and I'm gonna call you a goddamn
No, I
racist.
think no. You can say that. You can say it. You can say racist.
Racist?
No, you can say racist. Yeah, you can say
racist. I'm gonna call you a racist because for you to come out on a social platform such as Instagram and Facebook and all the others, right? Which people have friends, family, business fucking partners on, and for you to just come out and put that out there, like, no. So you're not beyond recourse. I'm gonna bring you in, and I'm gonna hit you with charges as well. That's racist. You may be asking, well, how's that racist? What she said isn't racist. No, what she said was not racist. And I'll say she. I'm not gonna drop any names, but it was quote unquote females. It was racist because I don't see those same bombs being thrown at quote unquote other races. And anyone that's familiar with my channel, this channel, Big Mike's channel, race is not a thing that I talk about at all. At all. But when the shoe fits, there was just way too much comfort to try and defame somebody. Because at the end of the day, what it came down to was, hey, he's made this one post, and I'm just going to go all the way that way. Fuck his character. Fuck the context. Fuck all because these are social media platforms where like you have to be quote unquote friends or quote unquote follow. So you just disregarded everything. None of that mattered. Big black dude, rape. Okay, no. So no. That's insensitive to me. You want to play the games? I can play the games too. That's insensitive. You know what? Hey, you don't want to be called a racist on fucking Facebook? Don't try to make crazy ass allegations about me or my co-host on fucking Facebook. Trying to compromise people's goddamn livelihood? For what? If you really felt like that, you could have IM'd him, you could have IM'd me.
Whew.
Like I said, Mike, you did the right thing by taking it down. Because I was just getting started, man.
No.
Just getting cooking, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I know. I
does your boss know you have fucking racial epithets? You're throwing racial epithets on social media?
Oof.
Because if it's okay for you to fucking say that I'm transphobic or my co-host is homophobic or this, that, and the third on a nightly fucking basis, then it's more than okay for me to fucking say that you're a racist.
But it's nuts, man. Like, and then this is kind of going away from, I guess, essentially the topic we want to have. But it just either way, because I'm sure the people that retort this are gonna have similar, talking points as far as anyway. The thing that bothers me, to the utmost, right, is that when you give that same energy back, they're perplexed. They're like, well, how could you, which obviously makes sense and falls in line with the nonsensical emotional arguments that are being made. I mean, even the one that you had with the certain person, because I see everything on my, in my post, the one you were having where she was consistently just throwing the word transphobe at you. Like you would literally told her what exactly your stance is on that whole topic, and then she goes, well, you not believing that women trans women are women or something around those lines, is essentially makes you transphobic. I'm just like, what? So you're just not allowed to believe what you want anymore. You're just, and then if I don't believe it, if I give a controversial take, which it shouldn't even really be controversial for me to say that, guys, don't be sitting there, and it's not even for, and I guess we're talking about sexless relationships, but more so what I was talking about was when women essentially choose, which they have every right to choose, to not have sex with a man. You have, let me reiterate, because it looks like if I don't, then I'm an absolute rapist, right? Women have absolutely every right to not give up, absolutely. And we're going to repeat this, right? We're going to repeat this about like 4 or 5 times, depending on how long this podcast is. Every woman on planet Earth, no matter what color, size, shape, origin, background, whatever you want to call it, you have every right to refuse sexual advancements from men, women, animals, whatever you want to call it, if you wish. That is your God-given right. I would never sit here with me having sisters in my family, me having a mother that I love, sit here and be like, yeah, guys, get out there and just go monkey ape shit and just grape everything in sight. Just do it. Just go ahead and go crazy. Raise the land. Ted, I don't care. No is never an answer. Like what the fuck? Like what kind of message are we? It made me for a quick second reflect on what we've been talking about. I almost had to go through all of our fucking videos and audio clips that we've done, and I'm looking for all the ways that we said that men should just be out here taking bodies like they're in Afghanistan. Like
that's
I don't
why I called it for what it is.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
It's
crazy.
It's racism.
That's
new age racism.
It's straight craziness, man. And the fact that they couldn't, like, I had one person apologize publicly, right? And I don't even know if she even really made a comment. I mean, I don't even remember her commenting on it. I appreciated the public apology, right? The other one I won't name. I mean, she was concerned about someone giving her, interesting energy, right? So I think we all know who we're talking about. It starts with an A. So she apologized to me behind the scenes, but my thing is that, like, when I had to explain to them, like, the reason why, because what they didn't like was how my friends responded. Well, this is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna dead this right now, guys, because what the problem is that you guys cannot sit there and make accusations and create false narratives on people. It's one thing if you're attacking my argument and saying, oh, your argument is flawed, you're this and that, and you provide me talking points that I can combat with actual talking points to you. But once you start hurling out like personal personal declarations about a person's character, when some of these people actually have seen me in action before and have never gotten that, and they've even admitted in writing that they have never gotten that vibe from me, right? So for you to go and jump and make that leap, you're going to get backlash from the people that care about me, because the problem is that you're only looking at it from your lens. You only think that you're not causing any damage from your lens. The guys that I circle myself around with, we're actually, for the most part, accomplishing shit in life. So yes, you're going to get men who are going to look at it and go, damn, this is not okay. This could actually fuck my guy, my boy, the person I care about. It could fuck up his reputation because I didn't see the shit. Like, essentially, like I went away to play basketball. I come back 2 hours later and I've got however many comments basically just going crazy about my character from people that have literally had conversations with me and have watched me around the opposite sex. So for me, it's you cannot be surprised at the energy you get back when you throw around irresponsible comments. Like, it's going to happen. Like, whether it's right or wrong, you're going to get a certain energy back. And I'm not going to apologize for how my boys choose to react, my support, because guess what? If I came on your page and started hurling out that I've seen you get trained on, I've seen you get this and that, I've seen you get, have all these things happen. I've seen you hooking up with dirt bags in the corner of fucking house parties. If I started getting at your personal shit and calling you all these things out your name, and this is not towards anyone in particular, but this is in general, if I started playing that game, your friends are going to be jumping in like, what the hell is wrong with you? Who the hell gives you the right to judge her about you fucking toxic misogynist? So they would be hurling all types of shit. So please, like, let's stop playing games and stop acting like we are not adults. And what happens is that once you get to the adult age, you fight fire with fire. Like, we need to stop acting like we're a bunch of Mother Teresa's out here.
Oh yeah,
it's getting old. The shit is getting really old.
Yeah, Mike, what's crazy is I saw the post because obviously like certain people's posts always just pop up on my shit. Right. Yours being one, my wife's being one. Obviously, our homies, all they should always pop up on my shit. And because like other people in that group commented on your shit, it like ballooned it to the top of my list. So I read the post and I'm like, okay, whatever. And I'm looking at the comments. I'm like, I mean, that's pretty normal. Whenever you or myself, we post something quote unquote controversial or make a stance, it's going to get at least 20 comments. You know what I'm saying? At least. At the very least, we're gonna get 20
I
comments.
wish that shit would translate to Facebook for YouTuber. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait till that translates.
Nah, you don't want that, man.
It's gonna happen. It
will.
It's
But
gonna happen.
what I'm telling you when it comes, man, because I'm dealing with it on my own page, and it's just like, yo, man, these people just, that's whatever. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
I started reading the comments, and I'm like, whoa, no. Hell no. And then I read the comments and I'm looking at the names and I'm like, really? You saying that about him? No. And so obviously I had to respond because, again, like you so eloquently put, this isn't the playground. Facebook is basically, it's not real life. People get it conflated. It's not. But it's like if real life is 1A, Facebook is 1B. You know what I'm saying? So like what takes place on Facebook, like, hey, cops and jurisdictions, they create warrants over things that take place on Facebook.
They are monitoring this shit.
Yeah, so it's nothing to be playing around with. So again, for those people that are just they think they can just get out there and say whatever the hell they want. You know what? I'm gonna start dropping all these hot words, white privilege, racist. You know what I'm saying? Because how do you like that?
Throw that shaming language.
How do you like it? Now, obviously, anyone that knows my channel, y'all know, like, I do not take part in that game. Why? Because it's beneath us. Why? Because we got to focus on ourselves. However, if y'all find yourselves in positions like this on Facebook, where someone's trying to defame you, there's no way you can combat it. There's no way you can be the bigger person unless you delete it and hope that no one screenshotted it before you deleted it, so that way they can take it out of context and use it however the hell they want. So if that is the case and you find yourself in that situation, play the cards you got, man. Play the cards you got, because I'm not for that. You know what I'm saying? And you as Mike already attested to, the second I started throwing that R word out there, the racist word out there. Oh wait, hold on.
Bro.
I have black friends. I got this and all that. Yeah, I'm sure you do. You need to shut the fuck up and think about what the fuck you want to say next time you just start saying whatever the hell that comes to your goddamn mind, because that shit is not cool. It's not cool at all. I cannot emphasize enough how uncool that shit is. And I told you, Mike, that night, those people.
I know. Yeah.
I totally unfriended them. Actually, I blocked them, to be honest, because there's no reason to unfollow. There's no reason to take a break from. Like, no, you are blocked. I don't need you or your inflammatory fucking rhetoric anywhere near me and what I'm trying to do. All right, so no, they got hit with the blockety block with the quickness.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah. I'm dead ass, man. So you know, like, and again, for y'all brothers out there, if y'all don't got homies that's gonna do what I did for Mike, then you don't got no homies. Period.
Yeah, man.
Because if you're not incensed by someone trying to degrade someone in your close circle, or if someone in your close circle is not incensed to make a call to action based off what someone says to you, especially when it's mislabeled, misappropriated, then you don't have homies. You got leeches,
bro. I mean that honestly, you just spitting the gospel, man. And I want to say this because I think a lot of the times when we have these conversations, it obviously does sound like, you know, because again, there's no secret as to why we've been best friends for a long time, right? It's because we obviously agree on, you know, very paramount and foundational things, right? Okay, cool. But don't get it twisted. We both hold each other accountable, and we both know when either the person is going too far, when we need to kind of take a beat and say, wait a minute, I know you just gave this take, I may not necessarily agree with it. You know, you didn't even give other men the chance to because that's essentially who it was for. You don't even give men the chance to basically chime in, because now if you have any man that wants to chime in, now he's basically now he just basically has no, like, what does he get out of it?
He's an accessory.
He's an accessory. And that's the thing that pisses me off, is that, like, I make a post for guys, women come on it triggered, and then now guys who probably would come in and either say, hey man, Mike, you know, it's maybe not a few, it's maybe more than just a few, because again, we can argue the semantics, right? We can argue the again, the point that I made, right? Because again, like, yes, if I say a few reasons, it comes off to some people as though, oh, it just seems like, you only can, like, well, you only get 3 reasons as to why you could say no. Again, then, okay, then I can clear up my statement, right? I can clarify. But if you're just automatically going to hurl accusations at me before even giving me a chance to go back and forth with you with the clarification or rebuttal, and then what she was even like saying, like, I hope you don't come back with the I said what I said.
Oh yeah,
Like
yo.
what? Like what?
Basically,
Like
that means you can't say nothing,
like
nigga.
I can't, like, I don't have the sort of I don't have the intelligence to basically talk and have a conversation with other individuals,
Mm-hmm.
right? And be able to retort anything that somebody brings to my attention as far as in a debate. Like, call me stupid without calling me stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not one of these guys that posts on Facebook that just posts and doesn't have the ammo to back it up. Now, my only thing is if you're gonna come on the way you came on in my comment section, then no, I'm not gonna go back and forth, because you don't deserve a debate, because what you're looking to do is put someone in a corner so that way you can shame them,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you're not my mother, you're not my grandmother, you're no one in my life for a reason, so I'm not gonna give you that energy, right? And especially if you have a man, like my co-host said on many occasions, I'm not even arguing with you. Like, you can take this debate with your fucking fiance, and you can watch as he lies to your face, right? Because he's not doesn't want to go through the issues that we're even talking about in this episode, right? Because a lot of the times when guys try to be honest and say what's really on their mind, they get met with the same language that you saw, that whoever was able to see that post I put up, you get met with that language, right? Like, come on, man. Like, we've got to be better. Like, this is a men's podcast, but essentially I can't control the fact that women watch us. But if, like, this is my advice for y'all: if you're gonna watch us, then there's gonna have to be some. We're gonna hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Like, for the shit that you say. Like, if you're gonna come on here and make your hurl your accusations, hurl your shaming language at us, okay, cool. But we have something for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Want to know why? And most of y'all already know where I'm gonna go with this.
Shit's crazy.
If you all up in my comments, that mean ain't no nigga all up in you.
Oh!
Period. Because bitches that got a dude that's holding it down, the last thing she worried about is what some other motherfucker is saying. So that means either A, you don't got a man, or B, he ain't that interested in you. So, I already can identify that. Like, okay, yeah, you got all the energy, you got all the time to come at me. And that's why I always say to them, like, look, I'm not your man. It's not my job to teach you. My channel, this channel, well, actually, I mean, I know for this channel, we make a little bit of exceptions. We open it up to some women viewership. So I'll speak for myself only. My channel is for quote unquote black men between the ages of 16 and 50. That's it. So don't come in my shit saying anything. Oh, well, I thought this. I don't give a fuck what the hell you thought. When I made the video, you were not in my mind. You're as of right now, you're not in my mind. Want to know why? I'm not your man. I'm not your man. You're not giving me a piece of ass. You're not giving me a piece of mind. You're not giving me a piece of steak. There's only one woman on this planet right now that is doing that. There's only one woman, all right? And that's my wife. You feel me?
Oh, man.
So, no, we don't do that, okay? You got all the energy. You know what that means? That means you need to channel that shit somewhere else. Channel it at a mirror so you can focus on yourself so you can get a man.
I'm just sick and tired, right? And no, you're right. You were right the first time. This is a men's podcast. It's just so happens that we have an incredibly high amount of women that listen and or watch our stuff, and I think it's because they're curious as to how much of a misogynist we are, right? From how, like, what I'm saying, like, which is insane to me, right? It's absolutely insane, because if they actually listened well, what they would see is that we actually give a ton of game for women who are interested in having a long-term relationship. Like I don't understand. I think a lot of women that I've dated have gotten a lot out of the pod, because a lot of the things I say on here, yes, I do say in person, but it also too, we're having a more longer conversation on these topics. So I know girls that I've dated that have sat back and watched the things that I've said and go, oh, okay, I didn't know that's how you felt on a certain topic, and this is what happened. And we have the conversation. And then once I break it down for them, they go, "Oh, you know what? I've never looked at it from that perspective." I had one woman that I was seeing however many months ago. Um and what's it called? I met her on Hinge, and so I gave her a talking point that I've given on this podcast on numerous occasions, because she was talking about how like she was a single mother, and like she has a very interesting single she has a very interesting relationship or dynamic with the father. And I was like, and she kind of tried to make it seem like, oh well, guys just kind of, they get very, jealous and things like that. And I was like, yeah, well, just so you know, like we're not getting jealous because of you,
Yeah.
right? We're not even getting jealous because of anything. What we're doing is being protective. We're being territorial because we know how men operate, right? So it's not that we don't trust you, it's that we don't trust whoever else that's being orbited in the picture. And once I said that, she literally sat back and went, okay, wow, I've never looked at it that way. So it's not like we're saying things that are basically like just again to keep the woman in the home with butt naked with an apron on. You know what I'm saying? While I would not attest to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we're just telling guys again to warp and change and get out of the victim mindset that mainstream media has sort of lambasted onto us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what we're just trying to open the eyes of men. And in the process, if women want to catch the enlightenment as well, hey, by all means, watch in silence and listen up to this the Saint the Sinner would say, this ism that we're throwing at you guys.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's just my thing, is like, we got to get to a point where we get to talk to our guys, and I feel bad for the guys that listen to us, because it's very hard for some. I mean, some of them obviously don't give a damn. They'll like comment like our boy, Kalani, he like our boys like that. They don't give a fuck. They'll just, what I'm saying, they'll, when they agree or disagree, they'll let us know.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, we have guys that watch us in silence, because
Yeah.
I have guys telling me like, yo, we watch your stuff, we watch your podcast, I share it with the guys at the office, blah blah blah. And I'm like, damn, like they can't even like come on to our shit publicly.
Yeah.
Because they know what kind of heat's gonna be waiting, because girls are gonna be, that's probably what it is. Girls are probably looking for their man, like, I hope my man, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though they wholeheartedly like, nah, my man would never watch something as misogynistic as this. They're probably watching to see like, who do I maybe he knows them somehow.
Exactly.
I hope you're not in this chat talking crazy with him. I swear to God,
crazy
boy,
with him.
he not gonna get no sex, boy. I tell you, I'm gonna use that as a tool of compliance. Whoopsie. Yeah. I said that in my post as well, right? And I don't take back anything that I said in my post, because for the person that made the comment, I said what I said. Right. All right. So that's where I think my stance on that topic ends, right? Because I'm good on that. I think that whoever, a lot of the people that were making the incendiary comments, they did apologize, right? And I accepted, just because off the strength that, again, my comments weren't, my post wasn't for them. And I just needed them to understand, and that's why I made it very clear, like, hey, look, if you want to have a conversation about anything, I got an inbox. But if what we can't do is be having people coming on my page, talking talking real crazy, instead of just taking a second, taking a beat, taking a deep breath, talking about, oh, I did my research, I went on Google and looked for the comment. If a comedian makes a joke, not everything that comes out of his mouth is gonna be like, oh yeah, that's like, even if it's a popular joke, it's not just gonna be something where you just see it slapped on Google somewhere. Like it could have been a small thing that just some people from a popular comedian, and if most people watch that comedian,
you're trying to say that someone tried to look up what you said and said that they couldn't find it. Somebody
that was made the apology.
What?
They try to do their research. They try to do their research. Yeah, exactly. So and I just took that with a grain of salt. But anywho, so and they asked their husband, or whoever they're with, and essentially he couldn't figure it out either. And I'm not surprised, because
he's a simple ass nigga. That's why.
Ah, man. All right. Well, he said it, not me. So yeah. So guys, I'm good on that. And if you are just joining us, this is where me and my co-host, we sort of just went over the craziness and the mayhem that came after the Facebook post that we had.
What, 2 days ago? I think it was. 2 days
ago? The Facebook post that we had, where we discussed the whether or not, and this is what's going to lead us into our topic for today, about sexless relationships, sexless dynamics, or sexist dynamics, I guess, between men and women. And essentially, the post was about if your girl denies you sex, uh, does that leave grounds or the green light for cheating, right? So what we're gonna do, if that is all right with my co-host, what we'll do is take a look at the female perspective on
All
this
right,
topic,
let's do it.
just to see kind of what their talking points are and what we think about what about some of the things that they say.
Thrive on intimacy and sex.
Let me know if you can hear that.
Well, what do you do when your partner no longer wants to have sex with you? Well, a recent article in newmiddleclassdad.com says the partners have to acknowledge that one of them no longer gets his or her basic needs satisfied within the relationship, and something has changed. So what do you think? If you're in a sexless relationship, and I'm not talking about due to medical
Hold
reasons.
on, is that
and
Francine
feel
from the
like you
Jamie Foxx
need,
show?
your
That is correct, sir.
Wow, Francesca, look at Francine, look at all.
I'm there.
She aged
I'm
pretty
there.
well, pretty
Yeah,
well.
man. Yeah, man.
Okay,
That's
Francine, shout out to Jamie Foxx show. Shout
Yes.
out to 90s UPN.
Yeah, man. That was my show back in the day. That was my shit. That was my show. I love
needs
it.
aren't
I
being
love
met,
it.
do you have the right to get it elsewhere?
So this comes off a topic that me and Adrian had.
Yes.
And we
Don't get me wrong. I'll save my comments because the people that are going to speak, I'm just like,
paused it. Or as Adrian said, we paused it.
I've never seen this
Paused
before, by the
it.
way.
Because
I don't know if you have.
I really
No,
was
I don't
interested
know.
to hear your take. And it was basically, it was actually me. I have a friend who's going through a situation right now. And she found her husband had pictures of a nude woman who he used to be dating way back before her, sent to him. And she asked me, what do I do? What do I do? And of course, if you guys know me after years of this show, I would be out. I don't care if it's Jeezy, I don't care, I'd be out, right? But then she said,
cap.
you know what? We have 3 kids and I want to try to work this out with him. So that said, when I brought the story to Adrian, you had a different view.
Yeah.
And when you found out that he did have indeed pictures of cheating, and I told you that they haven't had sex.
In
They
a
have not had
very
sex in
long
5 years.
time.
In 5 years.
5 years.
Oh my God. Yeah, if you don't have sex in 5 years, that there should be a law. If you don't have sex in 5 years, you're automatically divorced. You know what I'm saying? Like, just even if y'all wasn't even married, like y'all common union or civil union has ended. It's no more. It's no more.
Yo,
No
what
more.
the
5 years?
What the fuck?
How the fuck, bro? Look, I'll tell you
bro?
right now, man. If
Bro.
my wife and I didn't have sex for 5 years, that would mean that my new wife didn't have sex with me for a week because I would have already gone. Like, come on, let's be real. You know, and not even just from a me perspective, even from my wife's perspective. Even for my wife, I believe truly within my as Skip Bayless would say, in my heart of hearts, in my heart of hearts, that my wife, if I wasn't having sex with her for 5 years, she herself would be like, you know what, I'm out. And I'll be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't even blame you. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, 5 years? What the fuck? The fuck? Yo. And this bitch, but the crazy part is, the bitch is like this in that position, like her friend. She's talking about herself, but her friend,
Oh,
her friend,
yeah.
dead ass, right? Her friend is perplexed. Oh my God, he had naked women pictures on his phone, and I haven't seen his penis in 5 years. Come on, come on. You're gonna act all incredulous now, bitch.
Yo,
Man,
oh,
I'm saying like
Yo.
no, like he ain't trying to get his dick licked not once, not twice, not. I
Sounds
never
about
know how
right.
many licks it takes to get to a Tootsie Roll Pop because you'll never know. You'll never know. You will never know because he's gone.
yeah,
He's gone.
yeah. He's checked out. He's checked out.
He checked out
He checked out
4.5 years ago,
He
bitch.
checked out long ago.
What the fuck is he talking about?
He checked out long.
4.5 years ago, that nigga was like,
Four
yeah.
sugar.
He picked up his remote. He was like, can I check out of this room from my room. So I gotta go downstairs to check out of this room.
Yo,
And he was like, "Oh, I can check out from here. I'm checked out."
30 years ago.
He said,
Yeah,
"Oh, I can check out with kids too." Okay.
yeah, son.
Yeah, right.
I wish, man. I wish my see, and this goes back to my post, right?
I'm dead.
Like this goes back to my post, man. You got some nerve, man. Like this is the thing, right? We're gonna about to get real funky in here, all right? So just prepare all the and the just get the
Oh shit! Let me sit up for this then.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah, just get the get them all stacked and ready, right?
Yes.
Ladies, okay, fellas, no, even fellas, right? I'm gonna speak to my guys first, right? Because this is a male podcast. If you're think about all the things you had to bring to the relationship in order to lock that woman down, even to be attractive to that woman, right? The main agency for a female, the reason why most men deal with most females, right? Because you know how people have a problem with us saying all, is for sexual needs, right? There is no, like, most of the things that we can do, right, or that we can accomplish, we can do without women, right? But because of the fact that you guys provide sexual access, this is why a lot of men deal with women. Now, you can go ahead and take the misogyny route. You can go to I'm just speaking in facts, because let's be real, y'all don't even like hanging out with each other. I know a ton of y'all that don't have a lot of girlfriends for a very particular reason. So don't start getting high and mighty now, talking about, oh, well, we offer more than that. My presence, guys.
Okay.
Newsflash: men do not care about your presence, your vibe, right? What kind of your intelligence that you bring to the quote unquote table, right? In the beginning of the interaction.
Oh, they about to get mad.
Yeah, no, because this is the problem. This is the problem. Like, because when I see someone talking about, yeah, we haven't had sex in this long, and my girl, she's it seems as though she's not attracted. I'm like, bro, if you're not getting your needs met, right? Because again, we bring a ton to the table just to even get a hello, just to even get a smile back. You have to be able to have the right game. You have to be making the right money. You have the right persona. You have to have the right charisma, the right intelligence, the right social status, right? You have to be able to have all of that encompassed just to be able to even get a text back with some energy for a lot of these girls. And so if she can't, once you even get to the point of having a consensual relationship, if she can't even sit back and go, shit, like, this is my man, and he could be out there on the streets, but if I'm up to it, right? Because I'm talking about the women that are not dealing with some ailment, not dealing with, because I know some, like, I know some have, things that are, plaguing them and things of that nature. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about the occasions where obviously you're not about to just be sitting there while a girl has a pounding headache trying to get her to have sex with you. That makes no sense. Let's be mature, right? We're not talking about that. We're talking about the ones that where that your guy, again, does so much for the relationship, and yet all he asks for, right, is peace, quiet, sex, and maybe a sandwich. That's all he's asking for, right? And so for us, because we only have a couple of things on our criteria of things that we need, those things hold way more weight. So your list might be 40 pounds deep as a woman, but for us, it's 3 things, but they hold 40 pounds, right? That is the difference. That is why guys get so butthurt when the girls deny them, sexual access, when guys who are in relationships, I'm talking about, their girls consistently deny sex on a consistent basis for menial things, right? Because it's kind of like, damn, like shit, like, what do I have to do? So for what I tell guys is that, hey, look, if you're in that situation, just leave. Just leave. Because you shouldn't have to be begging your partner for something that is, quite frankly, it's a handshake. And my argument is that if she loves, admires, and respects you, she's not going to want to keep her hands off you. Because I don't know a woman that I've dated that looked at me and gone, oh, I don't want to do it with you tonight. Blah, blah, blah. If anything, I'm the one that has to go back and go, yeah, well, shit. I mean, I had a couple. I mean, I can't go another round. Like that is the conversations I have. So I don't know. Maybe it's because the type of guy I am. But what I'm trying to tell guys is that you just need to just be careful, because you do not want to get yourself in a position where you're sitting there begging.
Oh, hell no.
Begging for your partner to be attracted to you, to give you sex when you want it.
Yeah, that should never be.
And then they get mad when you go on Pornhub. They get mad when you go on Bang Bros. They get mad when you go on. Oh, well, why can't you just keep it in your pants? Men and women are not the same. Just because you can go 5 years as a woman without sex and be a lot of y'all be absolutely fine.
No, that's not true.
Men. I'm not saying. I'm just throwing a number out there. I'm just saying, just because that women can go longer without it than
that's
men,
not true,
bro. I'm telling you,
that's not true.
I'm telling you. I'm not saying they're okay with it, but they can, bro.
I'm telling you that's not true.
So you're telling me, in the balance of probabilities, most women can't go,
and that's a huge problem that men face, is that they think exactly what you're saying. And no, just because you think she ain't have sex in 6 months because y'all wasn't having sex for the last 6 months, don't mean that she didn't do something on her own, bro. Women,
no. I'm not talking about in a relationship, though.
What I'm talking. Yes, me too.
You said that just because she hasn't had it 6 months in the relationship doesn't mean she hasn't had it somewhere. Isn't that what
let me say this, right? Is it a red flag if a dude doesn't have sex with his girl in a year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. That's a red flag, right? Because you think, that nigga, he didn't just bust no nuts for the past 365 days, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So what you're saying is the same isn't true from a woman's perspective. That she just went that whole 365 days.
No. If she's in a relationship with a man and she's going all that time without it, no, I'm not saying that she's not getting D down somewhere else. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay. As long as
that's not what I'm saying at all. No. I'm talking
she's getting it from somewhere.
No, and that's my bad, because I was speaking to a more particular situation when they're not in relationships, right? Okay. There are women that are able to curtail it. Right, because that isn't essentially on.
No, even hold on, even that's not true.
To a degree, bro. To a degree. I'm not saying they're not getting sexual attention from somewhere.
Yo, every woman out there got somebody in their phone they can call at midnight, 2, 3 a.m.
Yeah, nobody's
and they gonna pull up with whatever they need and get their shits did.
That's why I'm saying it's not as impediment for women than it is for men, because they have all the options. If you have abundance of options where you could just simply at 2 a.m. be like, yeah, you know what? Who's this loser in my DMs right now? Let me go through the list. Yeah, I mean, bro, of course. That's why they don't have an incessant need to go crazy about it. Because and that's what the problem is. They think that we have the same amount of options that they do.
We do.
How many men have that mindset, bro? On a balance of probability.
Well, that's a different discussion. How many
men? But that's what I'm saying. No,
realistically, men have the options.
Yes, men that understand their worth. Yes, they have the options. But I'm saying the fact is that a lot of men do not know how to even exercise their options.
A lot of men are simps. That's why.
Okay, they don't have, and that's what I'm trying to say is that like women have, and let's be even real, right? Not everybody can get the girls, right? And let's be even realer. Me and myself and yourself. We're in rarefied air, right? And it's not just to gloat about, accolades or anything like that. It's just the stats, right? We're both over 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
We're African American on paper, right? Obviously, we were in different diasporas. That brings us down only 15% of the population is over 6 foot. That's men and women. Less than that to being of color, being African American. That lessens it even more. So, of course, we know, and we're athletic, and we know how to talk to women. How many men do you think are notching that bar?
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like that's where I don't think a lot of guys even know how they stack up. And I think women think that all guys stack up the way that we stack up. And that's just not true. That's not true at all. So, and that's why I think that's the only thing I'm disagreeing with you on, but I agree with you. Yeah, if a women's have abundant, we talk about all the time. Women have a plethora of dick options. Like, call me now for a Coca-Cola reading. I'm reading now. Call me now. I'm busting out. Call me now if you wanna bust another riding quick. You know what I'm saying? I go ahead and bust off. Yes, y'all see.
Call me now.
Yeah, you come on
Oh
now.
my
I got
God.
the this for you. I got the this for you.
Oh, yo, I can't. I can't.
Woo!
I can't. I cannot take anymore. I can't.
Woo! Man, I tell you, man.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Oh,
Nah, but yeah, no. So but yeah, that's I think we got off track. No, we were on track, but I think as far as the video though, what they're saying, yeah, I mean, 5 years, man. God, I wish. I don't wish because it would never happen to me. But
yeah, nah, I would never,
Jesus.
never.
Even to go through, and this is talking about living with someone. Because one thing, if you're dating them, you both live in different places. I'm still not saying any elongated amount of time is acceptable, but god damn, bro, even if I'm seriously talking to someone and they're like consistently withholding for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and there was no period in there or no no ailments or anything like that, no no C19 or nothing, like that's crazy. That's crazy. I have not, knock on wood, I haven't come across a female. And I think this is why I started off my saying in that post that I did, talking about this is why you need to vet better. Because if a girl tells you she's only down for doing it, a couple times a week, don't try to bring some freaky deek out of her.
Yeah.
Leave that woman.
Yeah.
Leave that woman alone.
Yeah.
Leave that woman alone. Because what's gonna happen? You're gonna lie to yourself.
And basically, don't be because obviously, I'm in a different position from the people that I'm about to be speaking to.
Sure.
I'm married. My 2-year anniversary is this Sunday. so I've been married for 2 years. Not even just like with her. I've been married to her for 2 years. So I'm going to spit some game for y'all.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. So for y'all that's y'all out there dating and you trying to have a serious relationship, or you may be quote unquote looking for one. I hope you have all in order before you do that, but whatever. Anyway, look, like my co-host just said, if like vet her properly, find out look, if you like to bust nuts, right? And if she's not about that, then you know what? Either if you compromise or you just keep it going. Because nothing good will come. Nothing good will come. Because what's going to happen is you're probably going to wind up cheating on her. Because you're not getting as many nuts as you want busted for your weekly quota.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be looking elsewhere. You're going to wind up fucking that woman down. And she owns that. All right? Unless she lied to you. Unless she was like, yeah, I'm all for busting the nuts. And then, I start getting serious. And then she's like, yeah, nah, I'm not.
Right.
That's a different story.
Otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah. But for the most part, that's why you have to look, man, you shouldn't be taking anything serious, any woman, until you at least live with her. Live with her first. Because then you'll know. Like, hey, I like to wake up getting my dick sucked. Okay, is she doing that? Oh, no, she's not doing that. Okay, then you know what? Then this ain't good for me. I like to just fucking, just roll over and roll right in. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she's against that. It seems like time. Oh, I got work. I got that. Yada yada. But she likes it on her terms. Hey, again, either you compromise or this ain't for you. Because at the end of the day, dude, there's a bitch out there. Not even a bitch. There's bitches out there that can match you on your sexual energy. But the issue that I see that a lot of brothers have to deal with, and they have a hard time with actually, is that when they find that chick that has the same energy sexually as they do, it intimidates them, and they're like, "Oh shit, you be fucking. Oh, you've been fucking. You've been fucking everybody." And now they can play that game in their head. Oh, who you been fucking and this and that. No, I'm dead serious, man. You already know. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Look, everything. Look. The name of my channel on YouTube is called The Truth Scope. I spit the truth. The truth of the matter is, brothers do fall into that pitfall where they're like, oh shit, I finally found
they're not ready for it.
That wants like fuck just like me. But now I'm thinking like shit, she's been fucking me. Oh my god. Oh, yo, don't worry about the past, bro. Don't worry about the past. You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, we don't live in the biblical days anymore, where the hymen is preserved for you. Ain't nobody getting a hymen no more. You know what I'm saying? Unless you like literally like 14, 15, 16 years old. You're not getting a hymen. All right?
Or you fly out to some, Muslim country.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Hardcore
the only way.
Yeah.
You're not getting it. So would that be the case? Hey, if you find a woman that matches your sexual energy, don't start looking back and like, oh well, she was. Nah, man, it ain't gonna work. All right, so just be happy that the Most High sent you what the fuck you needed, and then go forward. Go forward.
I would say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but be careful what you wish for, because you may wish for that, and then you may come to find out that you're really about that life. You thought you really wanted it all the damn time. You don't, and now you're playing short, and then now you're gonna be worried because you already know she has a sex drive that's up here, and you were false advertising yours is up here, but it's actually right here. So now you're worried all the damn time that she's cheating, she's gotta be cheating, and then again you playing these games. Yeah, exactly, because that's the truth. They're gonna
I get that.
either if it's a man or a woman, they're gonna be getting it from somewhere.
No, I agree to an extent. What I wouldn't say is I wouldn't say the past I think I don't know if you're saying that the past doesn't matter entirely.
No, the past doesn't matter. The past doesn't matter.
Okay, good. So my thing is like, because I would say that I wouldn't say go digging into her sexual past, right? To a certain degree, because it's innate in us, guys. Like, you're not going to like the answers, no matter what answer she gives you.
Yeah,
right.
Never gonna like it.
And especially like in my co-host, if you're looking for a certain thing in a woman, I would be very careful and tread softly about digging into where she learned these tricks from. Right, because we're in America. We're not in we're not in Afghanistan. We're not in fucking Iraq. You know what I'm saying? The girls are effing out here.
Yeah, by the time they get to you, they already been through at least 8,
the average 21-year-old
dudes.
Yeah, the average 21-year-old woman in today's day and age, she's out here. Yeah. So, and expound that up to a 30-year-old woman, she's relatively,
especially if they went to college. Come on.
Oh yeah.
If they actually went away to school
to a degree.
It's over,
right?
It's over.
Now, am I saying that this is all women? No, I'm not. I'm not saying that, because we always got to make sure we preface this, because everybody wants to be the exception. Everybody wants to. Oh no, well that's not me. I'm not that girl. Okay, cool. Well, all right, awesome. You're a chast. You're a saint. You're Mother Teresa. Great, cool. But for the most part, we know that that women are exposed to men at a way younger age than men are exposed to women. Right, or at least to a more, they have more options of men at an earlier age than men do. Right. So, with that being said, I think what guys need to do, when it comes to their past, you do need to be careful of the habits that she has, right, that center around it, right, that center around that sort of fire that she has. Right, because if you're good with the fire, that's fine. But you just have to make sure that all the other things, though, that center around that fire do check out. She's not walking around with her phone on do not disturb. She's not walking around like she's going to the club every 5 seconds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be compromising all of your values just for sex, right? Because yes, sex is important for men. It's probably one of the more important things on the list. But you do have to remember that in order to have a stable relationship, promiscuity in women is a huge predicator on whether or not that relationship is going to last, right? So while we are talking about, yes, you want to make sure that someone is there providing you, sexual, they're satiating you, right, in your sexual needs. You do want to make sure that you're still dealing with the type of woman that your daughter can look at, right, or your son can look at and go, okay, this is a good representation of women. Right. So we just got to make sure we keep that in check, guys. And I think my co-host did a good job of explaining that, hey, look, the reason why a lot of you guys are complaining about women is because you guys are taking a chance on women that are not viable candidates for being mothers. And then you're getting mad at those women for turning out the way that they were supposed to turn out. What the fuck? It's the same thing. We got to hold men accountable just like we hold women accountable for the fuck shit. Guys, you cannot. When the saying is the saying for a reason. You cannot turn a hoe into a housewife, especially if you know she's a hoe. If you know the tendencies are there, you cannot. Those tendencies are innate. They are from past traumas that you, my friend, cannot rectify.
Yeah,
So
but the
you have
problem
to
is
be
a lot of
careful.
people, a
You
lot of dudes
gotta be
can't
careful.
identify that. They can't identify.
Well, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. That's why podcasts like ourselves are here, right? To help guys and whatever reach that we get, hopefully we're able to expound and touch the masses, right? Before we get canceled. But essentially, you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to, because, and I'm not perfect to it either, right? Because I'm the single guy on the panel, right? Of two, right? I'm not perfect to it either. But I'll damn sure tell you this. The girl that gets the ring on their finger from me is going to go through a round robin of betting. I'm sorry. It just if I'm gonna get married in the U.S., oh Lord, oh Lord, ain't no way in hell, we're gonna have any semblance of a child, and I'm not gonna know 100% that child is mine. I'm not sitting there like my co-host did with the measures that people were calling extreme. I call incredibly insightful. Right, because I wasn't even thinking about that until he brought it up as something that he did in his relationship, and he can talk on that when
Oh
he
yeah.
wants to.
Yeah. No, my
but
son is
but that
mine.
was something that was incredibly valuable,
My son is
and
mine.
I want to make sure, and I think that is important for men. I think this will hold a lot of women accountable for their promiscuity if they are promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? To say that, hey, look, I want to make sure that that child is 100% mine. Yes, I'm glad your word is your word. That's awesome. You know, I believe in Jesus too. I want to see on that paper. I want to see the receipts.
I would believe in
I want to see the
Jesus too.
receipts. Because when we start having sexless relationships like this, and
Yeah.
babies start showing up out of nowhere,
Yeah, that happens.
and babies start
Message.
showing up, and I'm supposed to just trust you
Yeah, no,
because
fuck
you're
that,
my
bro.
girl. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So
you got me fucked.
let me hop back in this nonsense because as my co-host said, and most of y'all that been following me, watching me, y'all already know, paternity tests should be mandatory. I stand by it. You know what I'm saying? I cannot overemphasize that either. So needless to say, when my son was about a month, I tested him obviously, and then he came back, 99.777, whatever. It's never gonna say 100. It's never
What
gonna
about
be
that
100.
2%? What about that 0.2%, man? What?
Nah.
What?
I
No,
mean,
imagine, no, because you know how people are with the exception, right? You know, what about that
oh
point zero
yeah, I
zero
mean,
zero?
obviously,
Yeah, what about that?
obviously, shit.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just talking shit. That is but that's essentially the nature of the people that argue with us. You know, you can't forget about that
Yeah,
0.222%. You know what I'm saying? The
yeah, yeah.
0.00002%. Those people
So,
exist.
no, but see, so
Those people
that
exist.
Mike, the thing is that aspect that you're highlighting is actually very imperative to the greater message, which is I saw my wife give birth to my son.
Yep.
I can literally attest to you right now, with my hand on the Bible, blood oath, whatever. Yes, she gave birth to that boy. That is her son. The closest I can ever get is that 99.77 yada yada yada. So it's not even 100 for me still, even with the goddamn test, right?
Woo.
So with that being the case, I know a lot of people out there, a lot of brothers, a lot of got the simp mindset. Oh, I can't do that. How to do that? Real simple. You tell her this. You say, look, man, my mom told me from a young age, you got to get a paternity test, and that's what you're gonna do. You was raised that way, and that's what you're gonna do. Tell her that, whatever. I don't care what you got to tell her. You can just tell her, shit, bitch, I want it. You know what I'm saying, and it's gonna happen. And I'm not signing no birth certificate until it happens. Because at the end of the day, like my co-host said, it's a fucking like take my word for it.
Woo.
And whenever you find these women that are like, oh, you really want to get it? The ones that are doing that, you got to look at them with a more scornful eye, like, yes, bitch, you got that clarity. The nigga just passed through your vaginal canal. So yes, I want that same level of assurance. It's real simple. And if she's not willing or about that, then just dead it right there, dude. Because there's no reason why what they call them, not upright, but a stand up woman is gonna like be so adamantly against it. Because at the end of the day, she's gonna say, "Well, I'm only with you anyway." She's just gonna tell you what I know. You know. Oh well, I'm offended that you would even ask that. All right. Again, you don't have to play those semantic games.
Yeah, but you could be offended and just take the test. Take the fucking test. Exactly. Because I think that's the thing is that like when we talk about things like this, I think people just imagine that it's like some there's no room for emotion anywhere, right? Like we understand we're not robots, right? We understand that is not an easy conversation to have. I understand that because women are emotional creatures, that there's going to be an occasion where they're like, "Damn, that sucks." Like, you know, I wish you could believe me outright. Like, of course, that element is there. But if you truly care about the well-being of your guy's mental state, and you're not just looking at it as, well, I know I'm the mother, well, so you should just know that you're the when you know that you have the utmost advantage in this whole entire fucking dynamic, you should be with a woman who has the presence of mind to go, you know what? I get it. Biologically, I got more of of insurance than you do. Let me make sure that you get the insurance that you need. I don't. It sucks because I do really wish that you could believe me like the good old days. But I understand that we are in 2022 and not in 1900. So I think that as long as women understand that, right, you can have that conversation. Because I've told people that about you doing this, and they've asked that question, like, how do I go about it? I'm like, well, like my co-host did, you do it in the beginning again.
Oh yeah,
right. You have to say it from the beginning in those beginning conversations. You can't do it. Obviously you can do it later on, but that's just not going to have the same merit. It's not going to have the same merit. Not when you're 5 years deep in.
You can't do it when the baby. Right? The baby been home 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. You gotta do it.
You gotta hold frame, and this is part of holding frame, guys. Right? Is having those tough conversations, right? That normal guys would just sit back and go, I don't really want to deal with confrontation. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna deal with this anxiety, and I'm gonna deal. No. When you hold frame and you say, you know what, I understand she's gonna be upset, but this is gonna make me sleep at night.
Yes.
I'm going to get the peace of mind that I need. Because again, we sacrifice so much in order to give women what they don't even realize it. The masculine burden of performance is so invisible that women walk around today. They walk around today and say, "I don't need a man." The shit is crazy. The shit is crazy.
Yo, bro, this Sunday.
Think about that.
This Sunday, I am the mother and the father.
You're gonna see.
I deserve a Father's Day gift. I'm this. I'm that. I don't need a man. Okay. Yep.
This shit is nuts, bro. We are literally at a point in human society where the masculine burden of performance is that invisible and that profound, and has created such a cloud and shroud of safety that a lot of women are literally walking around going, well, I don't need a man. I could protect myself. I could do what I want. I got a PhD. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kevin Samuels.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? I got a PhD. Great. Like what? Like, wow. Fucking wow. So guys, like, do not be afraid to put your foot down and demand the things that you need in relate. And if she's not okay with that, again, I reiterate, for all the female watchers that love to come and insinuate that me and my co-hosts are just some totalitarian dictators in any of our relationship dynamics, you always, as the female, have a choice to do whatever you want to do.
For shizzle.
Do not expect, though, that my reaction is going to just accept the choices that you choose to make. Ergo, if I tell you that I want to make sure that the child that I have and bring it to the world goes through a paternity test, and you say, well, I choose not to. I don't think I should have to, so I choose not to. Cool. Great. You just lost out on a guy of value. That is your prerogative. Now, go back to the drawing board now and try to find out of the valuable, I mean, the endless supply of dick options that you have, right? Because you reject guys 1 out of 100 every single day, right? I was willing to have the conversation with you about having children and even mapping that out with you. Tried having that conversation with some dudes that are looking to just give you dick. Because I guarantee you, there's a ton of dudes in your DMs that are just looking to give you sexual attention. But no, you don't want to put your needs to the side for a man of value. Hey, look, that is your prerogative. Do what you need to do. There is nobody stopping you. But I'm not going to sit here and compromise my needs because of your ego and your hubris, right? Because there's everything else you guys talk about. They say, oh, well, we don't live in 1900 anymore. It's different times. It's different things going on here. Oh, but when I try to account for the fact that we live in 2022 and not 1906,
but I can find out if that baby's mine. Yep, exactly.
Oh, but it's a problem.
When I exercise it, it's an issue. When you exercise it, that's your goddamn right. Yeah, exactly.
Now I got little dick energy. Now I got, you know what I'm saying, I got that what other shaming language did they use? I got that bitch assness, whatever. Bro, you know it's all coming, man. I got to go back to my list. I wrote the shit down one day. Like I got you when I'll pull my list back out. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut. What were you gonna say?
No. I was just saying, basically, in conclusion, it's up to you. I think men think that they don't have options and they can't stick, but you can. But it starts with being a man. That's why I said men.
That's where it comes back to.
As long as you and like what you were just saying. That's a step and affirming who you are when you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to have this difficult conversation, but I'm going to be unwavering in my stance in this because I believe in it. I'm principled in this. So a lot of y'all may not understand totally why I did it. Now, I already said it, but you may not be able to digest it the way that you need to be able to do it in your own life. I did it not. I did it because I didn't say, hey, I need a paternity test. I said paternity tests should be mandatory. That's what I said. So because I'm principled in that stance and I truly believe that they should be mandatory, yes, you better believe my kids are going to have a paternity test. And I have another one on the way, and that one will be tested as well. And that's not a fucking indictment against my wife. That's just me having the same assurance that she has. Because again, if we're in a relationship and everything's equal, then there shouldn't be anything to discuss. I want the same feeling that you have when that baby passes through your birth canal. I want to know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that baby's mine too. So you can call it what you want. But again, as a man, you have to become accustomed to having quote unquote difficult conversations. I hear people say all the time, "Oh, well, he don't like confrontation. He's not confrontational." It's about liking confrontation. It's about understanding when there needs to be one and when it doesn't need to be one. But when there needs to be one, you need to be able to stand up on your. Because if you're principled and you have morals, a strong moral standing, then you won't have any issue doing what needs to be done. But I got to wrap it up with that, Mike. I got to go. My son's about to go to sleep, so he's about to come in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry to cut it so short, but that let that marinate with y'all, man. It's not just about I want to get a paternity test. No, it's about on what grounds you stand on. Because again, these women out here, they can see right through your bullshit. So if you don't stand for nothing, but you over here trying to proclaim you want to goddamn paternity test, she's gonna laugh at you. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna laugh at you and treat you the way you deserve to be treated, which is like as a fucking joke. Mm-hmm. But if you are principled. You again have a strong moral standing where she's gonna be like, oh shit, if I put back on this, I already know he's unwavering on this, and on this, so he may be serious about this. You know what I'm saying? But if you haven't shown the propensity to fucking have a fucking backbone in any goddamn circumstance before, but yet you're gonna try to fucking be like, yeah, bitch, nah, I want to goddamn paternity test.
Yo,
come on. Come on, man. Come on. We already know you cruising for a bruising, man. She might fuck you up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Probably
saying?
swinging on you. Probably swinging on you. Knowing some of y'all out here, y'all getting tough. Yo, giving those equal rights and lefts.
Exactly.
So thank you for that, Aaron. I think my only last take, so just to tie everything back into the overall topic of the day about sexless relationships and doesn't give around to cheat. I don't ever advocate for cheating on your woman, right? I don't ever. That's not something that men should be, because again, I've not been perfect in my dealings with women in the past, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I did the right thing by exercising that, because it being sexless was not one of the reasons why I did it, right? So I would never advocate for a man to do something like that because of it. But what I will say is that just like everybody has the choice to make the decisions that they want, if it does get into a case where it becomes problematic that she continually is, does not want to have sex with you, men, you also have a choice, right? We're not talking about those occasions where you're sitting back and you're going, okay, you know what? I feel bad. I don't want to do. We're talking about when it starts to become excessive, and you know when that is. I don't have to play the semantics game with you guys and some of you females that try to come on and talk about, oh, you're just trying to say that. Look, we're adults, all right? We know when you know when somebody after a while when they're bullshitting. So no, men, you should not be going around just cheating just because you're not getting sex. But what I will say is that you need to understand your value to say, hey, look, if this is becoming a problem, you need to know when to press the eject button and leave. And no, there is never a time where you are to force yourself on a woman that denies you sex. Never. Fucking never. Never. No, are you fucking listening? Because this is some. I said fucking never. Like I don't know. One more time for you guys, you dickheads in the back. Because I'm gonna call you a dickhead because you literally, you really like. I took the very nice approach, right? But I'm gonna be like, I have family on my fucking platforms. Never are you allowed to take by force a woman's body for your own excessive pleasure. Never. It is never okay. It is never okay. Grape is not okay. Thank you. All right. So, with that being said, guys,
Just said come in. What the hell's wrong with you?
Oh yes. As my co-host mentioned, we're closing this out. Follow us on our channels at M.A.S Media. M.A.S Media channel on YouTube. Follow us at our Instagram page at M.A.S Media 615, I believe, M.A.S Media.615. And follow our own YouTube channels where my co-host has his channel at Dubble A.Heff, the Truth Scope, right?
Yep.
And then you can follow me at my YouTube channel at Qfusion Reacts, where we break down in our own different ways, different budding topics and different occasions that are going on in the social hemisphere. All right. Now, with that, we look forward to having a conversation with you guys. And fellas, never take a woman by force, ever. And if you do, you are a man that is not to be respected. You're a man to be getting your ass beat, bro. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that I even have to say this on numerous occasions on here is absolutely ludicrous. But I will, just for you hoteps and you weirdos, you females that have no goddamn common sense in the back. That is not okay. And I digress. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. Look forward to speaking to y'all next time.